Hi everybody, thanks for watching. You're looking at the door of a 1999 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo. Today I'm going to do a little repair on it. We have an inoperative window switch or window motor. So the driver's window is currently in a down position. So I wanted to show you first how to take off the door. It's pretty simple, but if you've never done it before, it's always good to watch someone else do it the first time. 3 screws. First screw, sometimes it gets rusted. It's down here in the door handle, and that gets rain or water sometimes in there and it rusts, but we got it out. The second hole, or second screw, is up here at the top of the window by the mirror, and that usually has a little rubber piece. See if I threw it on the floor already. I might have. It has a little rubber piece like this, or a vinyl piece, and just get a very small screwdriver and pry it out. It'll pop out and that'll expose another screw in there. And the third screw is kind of hidden. It's behind the door opener, the latch. You see it back there? That's the third one. We're going to undo that. We've got the 3 screws undone and the door starts to pop off. You can see how it's kind of loose like that. Before you go ahead and rip it out, take it apart, you got to look on the inside. When you see those 2 wires, those need to be disconnected. Those are what the latch opens the lock with, so it's a little clip that you just need to push off the wire and you can lift straight up. And there's another one a little bit further below. Just use your thumb and pop it over. And then lift straight up. Okay, so now the wire is disconnected from the door, and the other things we see looking down there are a wire harness. Right there, that white one, that goes, looks like, from the control mechanism for all the windows. And then there's another one that looks like it's the mirror. Yeah, it's the mirror control. So we'll disconnect both those so we can pull the door. I actually had technical difficulties. The camera stopped and I didn't realize it. So we pulled this off. It was just connected with those 3 screws. All those little white pegs you see around are just pop-out pegs that pop out of these holes. And it was also held on via the 2 wires that engage the door lock. So with this, I'm going to be able to troubleshoot once I pull this tarp off. I've got the door ready to go almost. These 3 bolts right here hold the motor. The bolt up here and the bolt down here hold the regulator. You also need to disconnect the harness right there, and then I'm going to push the window up and use some good old-fashioned painter's tape to hold the window way up here out of the way. This is our craft garage. We got junk everywhere. But so I'm going to loosen these things up, pop the oh yeah, I can tell you this, the if I can see in there, yeah, I can't see it right now. There's 2 little clips you got to pull off to get the window off regulator. I'll try to get a better view. Here we are with a better view. The regulator is right down there, and you see that little brass clip right there? Get a needle nose pliers and pull that straight out. We'll lift it up about 6 inches so I can get at it from this side too, but there's another clip. Well, there's another clip down there that I'll have to lift up to do. So I'll do those, raise the window, tape it, and then remove everything. Here's the motor. It comes out. I have not gotten the regulator out yet, but it's coming. It is a pain in the butt. But if you're patient, it'll come out all right. Okay, so here's the old motor and the old regulator, and we got almost 18 years out of this one, so that's pretty good before it gave up the ghost. Hey, here they are side by side. The old one's on top and the new one's down below. You do see the new one is plastic on the carriage right there versus a stamped steel. Motor looks good. You want to line them up to make sure they look good. If they look oddly different, you'd probably want to take it back to the store. I didn't have my tripod, so I did this off camera. The new motor's in. It just slides in place and clamps back in. Then the actual regulator goes screwed into place up here and down here. There's not much else to do right now besides go ahead and put the old door back on, fire it up, and seeing if you hear a motor noise in there. Don't forget to pull your harness through Make sure it's not too long. Some of these aftermarket things are longer. If it is, you're going to have to snake it around and wind it up a little bit. But this one looks about right. I'm not going to attach it. I'm just going to put the power on there. Power's on. I'm just going to listen for it.
It's going up. I can see it moving.
And we have movement of the carriage. All right, so we'll disconnect. I love the magnets in the speakers. Just put them where you want them. Okay, so it sounds good. Now we have to do the next piece, which is to lower my taped window onto the carriage and use the clips to lock it in place. You can do this job alone, but it's nice to have a helper. I've got my trusty boss and wife over here holding the glass for me, and I am going to go and put the... She'll hold it and give me the slow letdown of the glass while I make sure it goes in to that white carriage right there. So you might not capture it on the camera, but that's what we're going to try to do. And then we'll have to put the clips back on. Slowly let it down. Oh, actually, we'll have to move the camera and get the light on. I need light. Sorry, guys. All right, I'm going to show you what we do. See the white piece right here? Right there? That is going to hold that little black metal piece right there. And I hope it focuses. Yeah, there it is. So as she lowers it down, I'm going to make sure it goes in the groove there, and then we'll put the clip in. It's clipped in place right now, and now we're going to use the actual metal clips to go right there to hold them in place. I might try to do that on camera, but in these tight spaces it usually doesn't work so well. Okay, you love it when it clicks. That usually means it's doing it by design. I'll do the same on the other side. All right, we think we have it in there. One last ops check before we button everything up. With luck, we'll see a window go up here. Yeah,
that's perfect.
It's working. Good. You know how to button it back up. Here's the big deal. Speaker in first, and then put the door panel up and connect the handles. One gotcha here is make sure the handle wires are not inside your wire harness down there. We have made a mess on the garage floor, and you will too, replacing all the old little vinyl or plastic grommets. But once you buckle it back up, it should work pretty well. We already tested this. One thing, make sure your door locks work in the open position before you shut it and lock yourself in. Let's see, another test. So once you have the part, you're talking about 60 to 90 minutes of labor. I got a quote from Midas. I think it was around $400 to replace the motor. And the guy said, oh, the parts aren't cheap. They're like $240 for the motor. Now, this is June of 2017. And today I called around. I could have got one on the internet for about $50. But I got one down at the local shop to do it today for $60. Thanks for watching.